I'm gonna you can talk for just a sec. I gotta mute that. My son's playing a game. He's got to turn it down because I just hear music over my
Now I
headphones.
hear it.
Yeah.
Now I hear it. I didn't hear it a second ago.
Yeah. Hold on. Stupid little son of a! I'm gonna take you.
I think we're gonna listen to a uh, live beating of a child that is not a child anymore. It's his child, so he's not a child. He's a grown adult now. If you hear screaming, it's okay.
He's a very spry 20-year-old. He can deal with it.
Yeah. He's a child to you, but not a child anymore.
No.
Yeah.
He could get drafted.
Oh gosh.
Boy, oh boy, I got
not necessarily if he's the only one that carries the.
Oh,
No, he can't. He can't. No, he can't. He's the last. If he's the last one to be able to take your name on.
Oh well, then
you're straight. You're good. He doesn't have to worry about getting drafted.
My name's dead. There will be no more O'Neills anywhere else in this world. Oh my gosh. So, dude, this week has been wild. You know, some weeks when we're like talking about the show and we're like, oh, I don't know, there's this going on and this kind of stinks, and it's, we're struggling to kind of find content. That wasn't this week. It's either feast or famine. My God.
There's a lot this week.
So, just so everyone knows what's coming up, I'm going to talk a little bit about Assassin's Creed, of course, because it's horrible. Also, they did a scan. I don't know who did it, but they did a scan and they found giant structures going 2 kilometers deep under the pyramids at Giza, which is what I said a long time ago, both publicly and privately. I talk about this crap to Kaz all the time. He's sick of hearing about it. But yeah, that was kind of cool. It's trippy. They don't know what it is. So,
and for those Americans, 2 kilometers is 1.2 miles.
Thank you. I was thinking it was pretty deep. Yeah.
Yeah. That's deep. That's over 5,280 feet.
That's wild. Absolutely wild.
Crazy that men using their hands with no power tools, no.
Well, yeah. Well, you say that we don't know.
It depends on who you talk to. Like, Joe Rogan, they believe that aliens helped build that.
No.
Rocco. Oh, I got a question for Rocco. It's his birthday, and on your birthday, I'm gonna have a piece of cake. How does he keep such a slim vigor and eat cake all the time?
I don't
cake on your birthday.
I don't know. It's a good question. Krispy Kreme. I guess it's Krispy Kreme. I guess.
Does he share the cake with you?
No, absolutely not.
Sorry, bastard.
No.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't ever give you cake, and I tell you happy birthday every week. I'm just saying, maybe a little butt hurt.
It's okay. It'll be fine.
No, it's not. That kid loves cake. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Oh, whatever.
And I want the good icing. Don't be cheap and get that whipped shit. I want the good buttercream icing, and I want the corner piece.
I saw you for the first time in months, and it really pissed me off. Because now I realize I really do have to start exercising, because you pissed me off because you look good. You lost all that weight.
I'm still trying to. Oh, there is Rocco with the Krispy Kreme. I got you. Hot baths. That helps. That helps with the phys. Okay, I got you.
Or does he mean bath salts? Either way.
Oh my goodness gracious! I didn't think. I thought it was peyote. Peyote.
I think that's racist. Okay, moving on.
You're the one that told me he was of native descent, and I know natives like their peyote.
I don't know.
There's my friend from North Carolina saying hi.
Oh, well, what's up, everybody?
New listener.
Well, it'll be first and last, but welcome. My goodness.
Well, she might be able to tolerate it a little better since she's pre-gaming like me. She's drinking a little Woodford Reserve. I had a little Garrison before I came in here.
I was going to go to the liquor store. I was going to break my sabbatical. Since the moonshine, I have only had 2 drinks since that debacle where I was hungover
Pig's
for a
blood.
week.
I don't even.
Bourbon. That's man's drink. I drink the fruity drinks like penis on the beach, vagina in the clouds. Those are my drinks.
I'm sorry. She can kiss my butt about Duke. But pig's blood, I don't even want to know what he does with pig's blood. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got. Oh, and I want to bring up. So we'll talk about this too. Did you see the article I sent you about the 911 call placed out of Antarctica?
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. We're going to get into that. It's like, what do you do if you're stuck in Antarctica and things go sideways? Who do you call? Because like you're in the bottom of the world, man. Geez.
We lost the Department of Education.
Did we?
Yeah. He
What'd they do with it?
He wrote a executive order. They're closing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which to me it's in my opinion, the states decide what goes on in the schools in the states anyway.
Boy, some of these states are going to get screwed though, because would think. I mean, not necessarily.
I think it's a good thing. That's just my opinion. I'm not a big, we're not big political, but it being the government can't, it's hard to depict on how the government tells each state what to do because, they try to leverage you with funding.
Right.
At the same time, the state has control over what goes on in the state. It's just a big to do. And if you don't have the state or the government telling the state, and I sent you that video of that lady talking about it, and she broke it down about where everything's being
absolutely
moved over, which was good. I didn't know that. Without her talking about that, I would have never known this is going to Department of Treasury, this is going here, and this is going there. So it's not like those things that happen for education are going away, like Pell Grants and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So everybody's all, what's going to happen?
Don't run with scissors. Wear your goddamn seatbelt. All right, brother, we will. And you enjoy working. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Happy birthday. Rocco has left the chat.
Don't run with scissors.
My thing is it's hard with the United States being as large as it is. It's really hard to say that everyone everywhere, like you can have certain guidelines that everyone needs, like metrics, like you need to be able to read by this grade, do math at this level, but like a broad thing, because each place is completely different. You can't run South Texas like you could run Connecticut or New Hampshire. Like they're completely different ecosystems. So it's like, I don't know. It's just a corruption. I think that I just wish they would like just start, like, it's almost like I wish we'd just redo everything, start over from scratch. I know you can't do that, but my goodness, some of the stuff that you and I have seen over the past month is just, it's baffling how it got this bad. But I think the Department of Education was made under Jimmy Carter, if I remember correctly. So it's a fairly new. I'm gonna look that up.
I'm looking now.
Okay.
I just.
So when does it officially go away?
I have not seen. He just wrote the executive order yesterday, I believe. 1979.
Okay.
You
were still in high school, right? In 79?
You can suck it.
You'll always be older than me, so that's all that matters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand that. The Department of It began operating on May 4th, 1980, having been created after the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare was split. He signed into law, Jimmy Carter. So yes, you were correct on that.
Okay.
Yes, you were correct on that.
You filled out your bracket.
Yeah, I filled out my bracket. It's not looking the hottest.
And you picked, did you tell me right you did pick Duke to win it all?
Oh hell no.
Oh, I thought you did.
No,
Oh.
heck no.
Well, you were wearing
Why
the
did that
Duke
say?
hat the other day, so I thought
That would never ever happen. I'm sorry. And yeah, that would never happen. Why did
oh.
I just got an alert.
Oh no.
Michigan won, and I'm not remembering who they played.
I'm gonna guess it was another team in one of the brackets. Be my yeah. I don't know. I don't do basketball. Basketball is above my pay grade. Bunch of 7 foot tall freaks dribble, dribble, shoot, dribble, dribble, shoot. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like me watching Fortnite, Fortnite. Watching my son play Fortnite. I'm just like, that's night time for dad.
Yeah. I don't think I could ever wear Duke. Not even if I might could. If somebody would have to buy it, and if it would be the only way, yeah, you could kiss my ass on that.
Where is Duke from?
North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good old Southern team right there.
Our buddy there online could probably tell us, but within so Chapel Hill, which is North Carolina, is like 12 miles from Duke, and then but in that area of Raleigh and everything, there are so many colleges. You got like North Carolina State, North Carolina, Duke. There's another one in there too that's a big basketball school. So there's like 4 or 5 big basketball schools in the Raleigh area.
Really?
Yes, there's that many schools in that area.
Oh my God!
Probably within I would say a 30-mile area at least.
That just makes me think of the traffic, and I just want to like hang myself like immediately.
It sucks so bad in I would say it's worse than Dallas. Driving around.
Oh,
and that's just me in the passenger seat. Oh yeah. Oh bad.
That sounds horrific.
And fast. Everybody drives fast. Speed limit 60. Everybody's doing no less than 75. They're just flying, just everywhere.
I was trying to look and see how many collegiate teams call North Carolina home. But
in the Raleigh area, because we actually went to a club where a buddy of his was DJing, and there were so many different people. Let's see, colleges would be better to look up how many colleges.
Yeah, this whole because last week we talked about college football. Like this is like unknown territory for me because I just never got into any of this. The closest I came to any sport was NFL. I did watch and play baseball when I was a young guy, but when they went on strike, I just got out of it and I never really came back. I didn't even get into it when they had the home run thing with Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. I didn't care by that point. I was done.
In the Raleigh-Durham area, there are 12 colleges and universities
and
8 community colleges. North Carolina State, Duke, North Carolina, Wake Forest, which Wake Forest is a big basketball school. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's 4 big basketball schools in that area. NC State, Wake Forest, Duke, and North Carolina, all right there. It's a lot of cuts. That's how big it is.
Can you imagine? That means there is a metric ton of cash flowing through that town.
Yes. And the funny thing about it is I've been there quite a few. I think I've been 3 times, maybe 4. Never seen a problem anywhere. So many people just out and about, just walking around. I never heard a bad word being said. I never heard anybody screaming at anybody. And, you know, college kids, they're all drinking. They're all going to the bars.
Well, but you're an old guy and you get up at like
I know, so I
3:30
know,
in the morning, so they're
but you
still
gotta,
hungover and they're just going to bed. So yeah.
yeah, but I wasn't working as an old man. I was, just sightseeing
Oh,
and,
I got you.
going to. So, but, and, here in the Oklahoma City area, you kind of got to get head on a swivel.
Yeah, no, you're right. Depending on where you go, for sure. I mean, even
Yeah,
Bricktown, depending on what
yeah,
night of the week.
yeah. In the Raleigh Durham area, dude, we went to this one place, and I bet you it was kind of like a brick town. I bet you there was 10 or 12 restaurants, and there was just so many people walking around. Everybody was calm and pleasant and talking and no screaming. Kids out and about. Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've
And
never
what's
been
funny
there.
is, in the Raleigh Durham area, at one time was the murder capital of the United States.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
They got it out of their system, I guess.
Yeah, they took it over from Baltimore for a couple of years, and
it was the teenage years. They just had to go through it, do a little drugs, a little violence. Now that's out of its system.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I went down one of my legendary rabbit holes this week. Yeah, okay. So it was about female cops getting sued because they just are way too aggressive with people. Oh, it was so much fun because they were so arrogant and they were just like, and it wasn't like just normal ladies, like, anybody could be a cop, but it was just, that was the train I got on. It started with arrogant, fat guy cops, and then it transitioned into arrogant lady cops. I never laughed so much in my life because she goes to bust this guy. He was just outside. He was doing a YouTube video thing. And so he's out there just videotaping for, I guess, background or something. I don't know. Because he actually does YouTube really well, unlike us, where I just snap screenshots. In my defense, I'm lazy. Anyway, so she comes up. This dude was actually, I think, an attorney. So she's like, trying to give him, like, you need to do this. And he goes, no, I don't. And he's calm the whole time. He's like, am I free to go? Well, then another cop shows up and he's like, you're free to go. He goes, well, she said I'm not free to go. And she's like, he's not free to go. So now the cops start fighting. I'm just like, and then we wonder why people are like, I don't trust my local police. I don't know why. I don't know why. So yeah, it was interesting. I went down that rabbit hole this week. I
watched one where there was a cop that was actually doing that, and she tried, lady cop tried to, he was an off-duty cop, and she didn't know. Yeah, and she tried that, and it didn't end well.
But then the last video I watched, I was watching that today, was some city, 3, we'll just call them linebacker police ladies. They built like linebackers, not athletic, just like, it's like they're eating to be a linebacker, but they're skipping the workout. Anyway, these three ladies were trying to arrest, I think he was a meth head. It was like trying to watch a guy change a diaper for the first time. They just couldn't get a grip on it. That dude, he was practically naked because he just slipped out of his clothes and started running. These 3 are trying to trot after him, and I'm like, oh, somebody call EMS. They're going to have a heart attack. I could see it. Oh, that was the funniest crap. Because they just keep trying to get down. Then they start bickering with each other. That's my hand. I was just like, dude, this is like a Monty Python sketch. Oh, God. Oh, okay. I'm going to start the audio part. So let's do that. Okay, see if I can do it the first time.
Mr. Clarkson is he's a treasure.
Jeremy Clarkson?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a treasure.
He is. All right, here we go.
He's a treasure.
Now recording. Episode 76 of the Odd Times Podcast. I am your wondrous, amazing host, Mac. And then
And
there's
hanging on his
Kaz.
coattails. I'm hanging on the coattails.
It's Kaz and Mac back again for a horrible episode of the Odd Times podcast.
Oh no, it's a beautiful day. The sun finally came out. I was so mad this morning. It was cold. I was gonna mow because I got some weeds growing and I need to take care of those in the backyard.
Flamethrower. Just flamethrower.
Yeah.
It'll mow the neighbor's yards too if you do that.
Take my fence down and everything.
Yeah.
But it was windy and cold and nasty this morning, and I was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this foolishness today. It did warm up nice though. I got some steaks grilled.
Oh, I saw that. You can go to hell. Yeah.
I know.
That looked nice. That looks really nice.
I grilled a couple strips, a couple fillets, some jalapeno, some 4-pepper sausage, which is my favorite sausage. And then I had some chicken breasts, some steroid pumped up chicken breasts. You know those chicken breasts that are like
they come off a turkey.
Yes,
or a pterodactyl.
They're bigger than the thigh, my thigh, and you really gotta fillet them to get them to grill right.
Because they'll be raw in the middle. You have to cut them in half. Yep.
Yeah, I cook them low and slow, and they marinated all week in this jerk marinade. Oh, I can't wait to eat those. They're gonna be good.
I saw a guy.
Potatoes the size of my head.
So I saw a guy sous vide a steak using. Are you ready for this? The dishwasher. I wish I was Yes, he put a steak in some marinade. He was showing college kids how they could make steak in their dorm room or something. He sous vide the steak, I think in the original packaging, just tossed it into the dishwasher, let it go. He goes, so I'll leave it in there about an hour. And it comes out and sears it. And he's like, look how good that is. I wouldn't eat that if Gordon Ramsay made it for me. I'm not doing it.
With it being sous vide, I would be okay with that because I know it's in that package and it's been cooked in the package. I got one even better for you.
Toilet bowl punch.
No, I watched a guy make one in a coffee pot.
Oh, that reminds me of that damn video of the truck driver who makes stuff in the sinks in the bathtub. Have you seen that guy?
Yes, and
I want to vomit. He's like
coffee pot.
Oh,
he put the steak in the coffee pot. He put asparagus in the coffee pot, and then where you put your coffee grounds.
And nobody washes those pots. Like, let's just be clear. I don't think I've ever seen anyone wash a coffee pot in a hotel room.
Yeah, I don't know. He was at home, so
okay.
He was at home.
But that makes it a little bit better.
He used chicken broth. So, and then in the chicken broth, in the coffee pot, he put spaghetti noodles.
Okay, what's the number for Crimes Against Humanity? We need to get that guy's name and turn him in.
Yes.
That's horrible.
He was like, look at this. It's a perfect medium. I was like, it looked like boiled meat. I was like, there's no
So was he English? I bet he was English. They love boiling meats.
But it said by the time your coffee pot is done, it has cooked the steak to a perfect medium. I was like, there are so many 4-letter words that I want to say to you if we ever met in perfect person. And I was like, you're just terrible. How the hell? It didn't even look edible. Oh, the asparagus is cooked perfectly.
They didn't show you the video later when he's in the ER getting his stomach pumped out. Oh my God.
Praying to the porcelain god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Some of the stuff that people see, that's why you need a woman in your life. Because as a guy, you just go, why not? But you need the voice of reason when it comes to some of that to go, I'll tell you why not. Here's a list. And you just go, oh, those are good points. Okay, you're right. Because if you don't have that, you're just like, why can't I use a nail gun to hang a picture? It's like, yeah, really? Okay. So how have you been this week other than windy and cold?
Hoping that spring is going to take in effect.
I'm ready for more winter. I'm going to be honest. It hasn't been cold enough for me.
What?
Yeah, I'm an albino. We've addressed this. I do not do well in direct sunlight. It hurts. I don't even have eyebrows to protect my eyes. So let's just calm down with the summer getting here too soon, okay? I single-handedly, me and my children single-handedly keep sunscreen in business. It's like, it's going to be 65 and partly cloudy. Better put the sunscreen on and get burnt. Oh, it's a full moon. Sunscreen. You know how the moon burns us. We did have a lunar eclipse last week we forgot to talk about. I saw part of it. That was kind of cool. It's called like a blood moon, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, you were telling me that, but I never did see it.
Yeah, you're busy.
I didn't pay that much attention to it.
I only remembered because I was talking, I think I was talking to you, and I went outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super windy. Vinny was headed to Texas today. Oh, yeah. And on 35W, you know where that's at. We've been down that way a few times. A guy hauling a manufactured home, the wind blew it off. Oh, and man. The only way cars were getting around him was to use the shoulder. Of course, he's from back east, so he's like, that's the breakdown lane. I'm like, that's why you shouldn't be allowed to live here, because you don't use the right words. Ask him how to say route. He's like, it's pronounced root. Oh, go kill yourself.
So what's the root of a tree?
I don't know. You know how he is. Not
spelled the same.
He's so pretentious. Because he's short.
My GPS is set in British, so when it says your route has changed, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, somebody switched mine to French and and I couldn't understand. They say, I was like, okay, turn that off. Made my skin crawl. I didn't realize you could change the dialect in I mean, even with like Google Maps, you could change the dialect. Like, just don't turn it off, mute. I don't need it talking to me. I had a good week. I just worked. I watched Age of a Samurai on Netflix. I enjoyed it. It's about Oda Nobunaga. It was pretty interesting.
Nobunaga, yeah.
What else?
One of my favorite characters on what video game was that?
Big Bang Theory.
No.
I know what you said. I'm just being a dick.
Nobunaga. Oh, that was on the. Dadgummit, I'll have to look that shit up now because it was a game platform that not very many people played.
Like the Sega Saturn?
No, even better, even worse than that.
No, people played the Genesis.
Nope.
Sega Master System.
No.
The Atari
3DO.
Oh, the 3DO. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I never played that.
The game was terrible. Nobunaga was one of the characters.
I don't think I never played. I've never actually seen a 3DO in real life. So
3DO game system. Yep. Panasonic 3DO. Yep.
You know your game's going to be all right. It's Panasonic because they're known for quality, right?
Yes. I can guarantee you, my buddy in North Carolina still has it because he keeps everything he's ever bought. He has the box and everything, and that's just.
My friend did that too, and I'm like, the box goes in the trash, sir.
Oh, he still has it.
Could be worth something. Don't care. I'm not buying it to be worth something. I'm buying it to play on it.
He's just nostalgic like that. I mean,
yep. My nerd friend is that way too. Like, he has every box from everything he bought that was like electronics. So he bought. So the original Xbox, the very first one, it came out with a mech game, and the keyboard was massive. You could buy the keyboard, and I think the keyboard was somewhere around $250. Now, at the time, we're working at like Best Buy. Like, we're not making a lot of money. So what money he saved up for this, and it had a startup sequence, and it had, I picked it up, and I was like, this is cool. Can I play? He's like, no, you can't. I was just like, wow. He's like, nope, you get one mech. I forget what the rules were, but he's like, no. And it'd take me too long to teach you how to use it. And I was like, fair enough. Yeah, he kept the
There
box
was
for
actually
all of that.
they actually put a lot of games on it. I mean, heck, they even put Madden on the 3DO.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When was the 3DO? What decade?
90s.
So it was
90
out with the Sega Saturn and Nintendo, what, 64?
first on October 4th, 1993.
Oh, okay, okay. God, I just don't remember that like gaining any traction. It's
It
kind
didn't.
of
It
like
didn't.
Laserdisc. Like you had the
Mm-hmm.
guys that got really into Laserdisc and they were always the creepy dude with the convertible trying to pick up teenage girls. Those are the guys that had like
Yeah.
ladies, if you would have been in our generation and you went to like a guy you're dating's house and he's got a Laserdisc, run, because he's putting something in your drink for sure. Like those guys were always creepy. And then they would have the projection TV, which is just screams like inappropriate, like all the way around. Um, I'm, I'm being an a-hole today.
I
What's
I
new?
I finished what was the one we were watching?
Reacher?
That you no Reacher's still going on and it's getting better. Um it's it's
Solo
Reacher.
leveling?
No, the TV show we were watching that's old. Where they're watching the people with the computer. The
Oh.
computer gives them the number.
Oh, yes. I haven't
I,
watched that.
I finished
Person
it. I
of
finished it.
Interest. Oh, did
Person of
you?
interest. They left it open for another one.
Yeah, and
Just
that was
yeah.
canceled.
5 seasons. It got 5 seasons.
Got 5 seasons, yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every bit of it.
Oh my God. Yeah, I got off of it because I started to watch Solo Leveling.
So
And
good.
then it went into Japanese, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till it gets caught up. And then I found I've been playing Suikoden 1. I beat it. Now I'm playing 2, and I love that game. It's nostalgic in all the right ways, and it reminds me of how much fun video games used to be.
Yes.
It's just a video game. There's no, I mean, maybe there is. I'm not that smart, so maybe there is hidden messaging within it. But it's like it's just an encapsulated story, and you play through the story, and it's just fun. It's no propaganda, no microtransactions. You buy the game, you get the game, you play the game, you put it away. It's awesome.
Right.
So I've been playing that. I'm not that far into 2. I just beat 1 last week, and I'm kind of upset because it's got 108 characters. I got 105. I missed 3 of them somewhere. So I was like, maybe I'll go back. Not today. So
And I've been playing
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter Wild. Way of the Warrior was the name of the game.
Way of the Warrior. That sounds
Yes.
horrible.
No, there it is right there. Way of the Warrior, made by Naughty Dog.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was.
They made what, The Last of Us?
I believe so.
That's that Neil Druckmann guy. That guy's a piece of work, man.
Way of the Warrior, Rings of Power. He made Rings of Power game.
Probably not any relation to Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just reading about
The
him.
list, yeah. So how
Monster Hunter Wild is beautiful.
So I was telling my son that you were playing that, and he said, "Yeah, don't buy it right now, Dad." And I go, "Why?" He goes, "Because those games always come out extremely buggy, and it takes them a while to patch everything." And you had that issue with the doo-doo in your bag.
Well, yeah, that's just, and I don't know if that's a glitch. I would say it is because it kept telling me but it was telling me to get it out of my bag, and I didn't play the first one, so not knowing how to do it,
Right.
and I don't know if I could have ran off and went back to camp and just traded out. I don't, like I said, I'm a novice at the game. It's just beautiful. The interaction that you can get from other players, you can get in a guild, and your friends can see you, and they can jump in and help, which of course makes the monster stronger. Because my son is I'm like a level 5, and I got like 12 hours in.
Oh, geez.
14, and that's all I've gotten up is a level 5, and I'm just following the storyline along.
Well, that's what you
And
have to do if you don't know what you're doing, right?
yes,
You let them
yes,
hold your
yes.
hand till you kind of get a gist for what you're doing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you know, it's fun. It's fun. It's just a beat 'em up, kill 'em game. It's fun.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. You said it's Monster Hunter. Is it Wilds?
Yes. Gotta look up Way of the Warrior too. It's
I,
just
I don't. I kind of don't
bad.
want to. I'm just
It's so
curious.
it's
Let's
so
see.
bad.
Oh, so right now in Monster Hunter Wilds, there are 167,000 people playing just on Steam, not console. We got to talk about the new Xbox too. I need to look that up because they're
Oh
talking
yeah, you were
about
telling.
it's
No? Were
yeah,
you telling me
I
about it?
was. It's gonna have new it's gonna be able to connect to Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
my problem with it is that if it connects to Steam, and it depending on the price range. Now, if it's like around $400 or $500, okay, fine. That's a good market. But if they start selling it for $700-800, well, I might as well go get a PC.
Yeah, because if you're gonna
I
if
mean,
you're
if
gonna
it's
look
going to
at
cost me close to $1,000, I might as well put another few $100s next to it and get a dang
and
gaming
get
PC.
a nice gaming PC, you definitely should. So I mean, if you're gonna use that, and
So
a lot of the games that come out on Xbox, you can play on your PC anyway. So
yeah, because you can get Game Pass on PC. My son had it down on here because he was playing Halo. So I
yeah,
just wanted to point this out. So, of course, this game came out last month, I think. Monster
a couple
Hunter.
weeks ago. Yeah, March 25th.
So,
No, but it's not even March 25th now. Yeah, it's been a.
so it's coming out in the
It's the end of the
future.
month. It was the end of the month.
So end of February. Okay.
That last Friday of February.
I'm just curious. Let's see where Assassin's Creed, because I think
Came
it
out on the
released.
28th.
So
Came out
this
on the
game
28th.
just released March 19th. So 2 days ago.
Assassin's
38,000. That's a big uh-oh for Ubisoft, I would think. They had too much controversy for this game.
Yeah,
They killed the game before it ever came out because you in this day and age, you just can't allow like negative press like that. Of course, then Ubisoft has been, now I don't know if this is true, so take it as a grain of salt, that they were going to get lawyers and persecute anybody that like attacked the video game.
attacked. Yeah.
What do you call attack? Is it a review? People.
Defamation? But they got said that's
I
trying to say
don't know.
the defaming the characters or
I
what? I mean,
yeah, I
if
don't
it's
know.
a crap game, it's a crap game. That's what people do. They
So I
play
watched.
the game and tell you it's bad.
Well, I've played almost all of the Assassin's Creed games. They're never really good. They're just okay, in my opinion. I've never played one and thought 6 months later, like I do with Ghost of Tsushima. And you know this, every year I get the itch to play Ghost of Tsushima, and I'll just, for like 2 weeks, I'll just put it on my system and I'll just play through the entire, I know how it's going to end. I know all the story beats. It's just a freaking fun video game and I really like it. So I replay that game.
Is there any gameplay? Can you show any gameplay for Assassin's Creed?
Let's see.
There's got to be a little bit of.
So this is
gameplay.
Well, here's the Steam sell. Like this is on Steam, but they might pull it down. It's just Assassin's Creed, so you get to pick either her or, yeah, I better pull that down. I don't want to get copyright struck. But so you get to play as the girl, I forget their names, or the guy. Right. And so she's sneaky and stealthy and you can like run around as her. She's faster. I think she can climb. I don't think he can climb. He's more of like a brute force, like just come in and just mess stuff up. She's more like a shinobi, a ninja assassin, shinobi assassin. Right. So like you get to go between the two. The problem is, and this has been a problem for me for the last at least 2. Now, I played Odyssey all the way through, but that's because I'm a nerd and I love mythology. I love Greek stuff. So like a lot of the characters they were talking about, I knew a little bit about, so it kind of made it more exciting. Same way kind of with Egypt, you get to go and climb around the Great Pyramid. That's kind of cool, you know?
Yes. Yep.
But the games themselves just were a little too long, and it's just that you open the map and there's just a bunch. And I know you can change it, but if you play the game just with recommended settings, it's just full of like dots, and you just walk to the dot, do the thing, go to the next dot. It doesn't really feel like you're uncovering anything, sense of exploration. And the story's kind of middling. It's not like none of the Assassin's Creed stories, the new reinvigorated, are all that great. They're fine. They're fine. They're fine video games. I don't hate them. I just got bored with it. And I mean, I put probably, and it took me a couple of years to beat Odyssey because I just couldn't do it in like a weekend set. Like I'd play it and then I'd get bored with it, put it down. And then 6 months later, I'd be like, oh, it's still on my hard drive, and pick it up, play it for a day, put it down. So it took about 2 years to beat that game. And I honestly, when I was done with it, just uninstalled it. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And but they always release these usually when nothing else is out. So if you don't have anything to play, you're like, all right. That's how I phrase. It's just kind of like, yeah, I guess I'll pick it up. So I played the last one, which took place in England. I probably put 30 hours into that game. I cannot tell you for the life of me a single thing about that game.
Really?
Except that you were Vikings and you had a boat. None of the story, I can't remember anything from it. It's just not memorable. And that game sold buckets.
It sold a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I remember when it came out.
It was one of their best selling games of all time. But that I think was kind of around COVID when it came out. And this game should have been a no brain, huge win for them. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima broke records for PlayStation. Like that game was hugely popular. And so everyone's like Assassin's Creed in Japan, and Ubisoft they just screwed it up. They just completely messed up. They put too much modern day politics in, and there's a lot. You can go look it up. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to get into it. There's some there's stuff in here people are going to absolutely not want in their video game. You just look up a YouTube video, say Assassin's Creed controversy. It'll be the first thing that pops up. And it's one of the reasons I'm not going to play it, because I won't lie. Now, this was before I got into any kind of political ideology or anything. When Odyssey came out, it pissed me off because you're in Athens, and Pericles is giving a speech. We're in ancient Greece, and he says, "Let's make Athens great again." That made me so angry. I turned the game off, and it took my daughter just like, Dad, it's not a big deal. I'm like, F them. Like, this is supposed to be set in the past. Why is this got to be it's like a troll, like, got him. It's just petty and childish. Yes. And it just pissed me off because it completely took me out of any. And I don't, I always said I'm not a real big Trump fan, but just having like the modern bullshit in a game set, it just turned me off of Ubisoft, because I'm like, great, they're going to start. And then they put out one of the worst games I think I've ever played, Far Cry, the last Far Cry. I really tried to like that game. I bought it when it released because I love Far Cry. It's one of my favorite series. Dude, that game is just modern day politics from start to finish. And I got to a point where I'm playing this game and I'm like, I think we're the bad guys. I think we're playing the bad guys. Like, I actually like the people we're fighting far more than I like the group of people I'm fighting with. I hated everybody in that game. They just, so I was like, that's when I uninstalled the Ubisoft launcher, and I was like, I'm done. So this game, I'm never playing. I don't care if it gets great reviews, but it's out, and it's not doing what they think. And I mean, they released that Star Wars game nobody bought or played.
Yes.
And then this month, they released Dragon Age Veilguard for PlayStation. You can, if you have PlayStation Plus, you get it for free. They said nobody's downloading it. Like it's like so like literally Sony came out. They're like, is it not working? Because like nobody's downloading. It's like that's why if you listen to the games that I usually talk about that I'm playing, they're all Japanese, Korean, or Chinese. Because
I mean, there is going to be some political stuff in it, but
they do it right.
It's old. I mean, like when you're playing a Japanese game, it was always political. They were.
Mm-hmm.
They were in war. So.
Well, it's like Suikoden. Suikoden, you're literally building an army to fight a war against an evil oppressor that's coming in to kill everybody. Like it's political. It's just done right. It's like Metaphor. Metaphor is one of the best games I've played. I haven't finished it because it's long. Because I got to a point where I screwed up, so I'm gonna have to go back, and I hate going back.
I hate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's what gets me with like Assassin's Creed or something like that. That I would play them, and then I would get so mad because there's like 15 different side quests in one spot. And I'm like, oh my God.
And I'm a completion, and your ADD kicks in. You're like, I need to do all these. You don't.
And if you don't write it down, it's some of them are hard to get back to where you need to be.
Oh yeah.
To get back to the spot, because you could get a side quest that sends you to another side quest, to send you to another side quest, that sends you back to this side quest to tell you to suck it.
So now IGN and all these people have given this game the kiss of death. And so I think games journalists, they cut their own throats because like literally nobody at all listens to them anymore unless they're very young or they're busy with life and don't realize it. Everyone's giving it an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Everyone's saying this game is a freaking masterpiece. And at the very first video I clicked on, just random, recommended to me, basically goes, it's all right. Because Ubisoft, I will tell you the one thing that they excel at that is like above and beyond the pale is their world building. Like the way they set the world up, like when you went through the ancient Greek in Odyssey, ancient Greece, and you're going through the temples on top of the Parthenon, you're going through all of that in Athens. Dude, it was amazing. They've got the statues like they probably looked, and like it was just so beautiful, their worlds that they build. And I just remember what I used to do. So you could take pictures and share it on the PlayStation Network. So people, if they were in that area, they could pull your picture up. So the only pictures I ever took in that was I would leap my horse off a cliff and it would be down on the ground with its neck broken. Then I would just stand next to it, take a picture. So all of my photos on my Assassin's Creed are just horses with their necks broke. I don't know. It's the small things that make me giggle. But like their world building in this game looks immaculate. And the 2 videos I watched said that the game is it's beautiful, but it just kind of, everyone that's played it put 15, 20 hours in and said they just got bored. So it's an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah. Now they were saying that a lot of the depictions of the buildings were Chinese and not Japanese.
That's one of the controversies. The other one was that the main protagonist, Yasuke, they went with the black protagonist. And at one point, the early build of the game, they showed him fighting in medieval Japan with rap music playing over the back of him. And that, now the Japanese, the latest, so then they released the plushie. They had an ad for that, and they used I don't know which shrine. I think it's Nagasaki Shrine. It's one of where the bombs were dropped.
Okay.
So it's a half shrine. It was one of the only things left standing after the bombs dropped. So it's a memorial to the destruction and hatefulness of atomic weapons.
Right.
So they used it as a marketing ploy. And so Japanese people got up in arms and they took it down. So that's another controversy. Then the last one was they showed another gameplay of the main character going into very sacred places in Japan and just shredding everything up and tearing it apart, which you could not do in any of the other Assassin's Creed. They were like, F the Japanese. So the Japanese government literally has come out and is like, we're going to see if we can't take legal action against us. So this game has just, man, it is just seppuku every day. Every day they come out and they're just like, you dishonor your family. Like, it's atrocious. And so it's just one walking propaganda after another. So at a certain point, most people are only interested in your game. It's like a train wreck. They just want to see the carnage. They're not going to buy your game. They're not going to play your game. They're just going to watch other people do it and then mock it. And they're going to watch the mocking videos.
I also had heard a rumor that Japan wasn't going to let it even be sold in Japan.
That's a good question. Yeah, you're right. I did remember that.
They were talking about it not being able to be put on the shelves in Japan, and it's a dictatorship country. They can do that.
Well, I mean, it's a democracy.
Yeah, okay. Not in Japan, buddy. It's not as bad as China, but
I mean, they have the diet. Yeah. They do vote. Because have you ever seen how they do it? So when somebody's running for office in Japan, if you're living in a town or city, they come by in a car, and then somebody gets on top of the car with loudspeakers, vote for me, and they'll do it until the election happens. Because there's like really strict, yeah, it's really strict laws on like how they can do like TV ads and stuff like that. Is AC Shadows banned in Japan? But it's not. Okay, so that's a video. Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it. The game and some of the voice acting I watched in one of the videos, I'm pretty sure that's AI. And they've got some questionable things in there, but you know what? The world's a big place. If that's what they want to do with their game, I say go get it, man. You want to do that? Cool. I know it's there, so I don't feel like I'm losing money or getting hoodwinked. At least I know that that's what that game is, so I can avoid it. I don't need to play it.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. If you're gonna load it with subvertive messaging and modern day bullcrap, just let people know so they can make an informed decision when they buy it. It's one of the reasons I don't read any of the video game companies. I don't go to their websites like Polygon or any of those. I don't do that anymore.
Gosh, no.
I just have some YouTubers I like, and I'll just go watch them. Like Game Ranks. Game Ranks to me is one of the best because they do a before you buy. It's usually 15 to 20 minutes. And they give you the good, they give you the bad, they give you all of it. And, they'll recommend it or say, wait for it to go on sale. It's if you're curious about a game, just go look up Before You Buy Game Ranks and the title of the game. And I promise you won't be disappointed. Those two guys, Falcon and Jake Baldino, that is a great freaking website. And I don't know that they've ever gotten political. So it's amazing. That's one of my favorites. So, and they played it. Both of them talked about it and both said they got bored, which is not what you want in a 120-hour game, is to get 10 hours in and just be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But you're not. You're having fun with yours.
And the thing that makes it fun is that I get to play with my son too. So.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that. Like you fire a flare and they get to.
You fire a flare and they can join in, but they can also just join in on me. It shows when I start a quest, so they can see that I'm in the quest. So every time they start a quest, it gives me a chance to join them. Now, granted, I'm not high enough rank to join them because every time I try, I'm like, tell him to quit putting up quests I can't play. He said, Dad, you can't play any of the quests we do. I said, you can kiss it.
So it's it's nothing like when you and I tried to play. So Kaz and I tried to play Elden Ring together. I didn't know it wasn't completely co-op. So I was like, oh no, dude, we can play together. It'll be great. So it took us probably an hour to figure out how
to summon.
So then we finally do it. And then you're like, I'm dead. Some dude just ran by and killed me. I was like, there's nobody here. And then I see this player come running at me. I was like, what the hell? I start running away and killed us both within seconds of it was horrible.
It was terrible. So no, you get other players, and you can join like a you can join a solo player lobby, or you can actually just join into the lobby and play your game as you're going through it, play the story. And when you're at your village, there you will see other people that are going through the same village on their screen. They're
Oh,
playing
that's
through.
cool. So it's fully
So
populated. It feels like there's a lot of
it's yeah,
people.
yes. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and and to see the different ways that you can change your armor. So like Devin said, as you get further along, you'll have a stronger armor, but you can make it look different. So you can like customize it. It's an armor that you made, but then you can re-customize it again to make it look cooler
Oh,
for your character.
so
It's
that's
it's
cool.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool because I was like, he was wielding dual swords the other day, and they were just lighting shit up red. And I was like,
It's like, hey guys, I'm gonna need you guys to carry me.
yeah.
So
It's fun though. It's fun. He actually asked me if I was getting on this morning, and I thought I was gonna mow, but that didn't happen. So
no, because you got in from work.
yeah, I
You're
got
like
my
night.
yeah, but
So I guess this game is a single player game, and in Ubisoft fashion, Assassin's Creed, it's got microtransaction. What they got caught doing, I think, in Odyssey, because there's levels. It's a single player game. There's no, as far as I know, there's no multiplayer component in Origins or the other one. So they throttle the player experiences, but you can buy boost packs so that you can level faster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, and the people are like, I don't know why you don't like it. And this is typical of day one releases. I'm going through the negatives. It's they're having issues with it running, which this happens with even great games. There's like even Baldur's Gate had issues with it crapping. So here's terrible voice acting, boring story and dialogue. I really, really wish Steam would put a meh button, like, because this game's probably meh. It's all right, because it's like you'll read a thumbs up and you're like, oh, it's good. Then you read it, you're like, I would not recommend. You're like, but you gave it a thumbs up. I'm so confused. So yeah, it's got 5,800 reviews. It's very positive. So there is that. I like looking at the negative reviews typically on every game because you get, not always, but you usually find more honest, because you don't want the fanboys telling you which game to buy because they love everything that developer's ever done.
Oh, definitely.
I wonder if I want to see if Suikoden's on here. I bet it's got negative reviews. I'm going to see. Suikoden 1 and 2. I want to see how many people are playing this right now.
What is it?
It's 1,700 people, baby. Let's go. Suikoden, my game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God dang it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the game I love. Overwhelmingly positive. Yeah. This is one of those little niche JRPGs that I think there's like a bunch of these games over in Japan. I think America only got 1 and 2. It's produced by Konami.
They've been making games for so long.
Oh, I know. I think was it Nintendo was originally a cab company? And I think Capcom or one of those ran like slot machines, pachinko machines. That's where they were making most of their money. So they got out of the video games. They were like, we're not making nearly as much money on this. We can just run gambling machines. Yeah, it's just you got to read it, you got to play it. It's just a traditional RPG. It came out in 1995.
Zelda type, yeah.
Yep. And I am loving every minute of it. I can't wait till we're done doing this crap so I can get back to it.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the game? It had no quarterbacks, no blockers, no receivers, and no teams. Every man for himself. If tackled, you throw the ball up and someone else grabs it and runs.
I do not know.
Where you're from, what is this game called? It's called Smear the...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, Smear the Bundle of Sticks. Yes.
That that was the game. I was like, what happened? We can't even play that game no more. Now they just call it tackle man with football.
That's a bad name. The other one was
That's
better.
so much better, so much better. And that I saw that, and I know we're talking video game.
Oh, somebody's sleepy.
Oh, I'm always sleepy, but I think we might not ever go to Florida, man.
Why is that?
Because medieval combat sport.
Oh, you saw that. Was that not amazing?
It's an actual thing.
It is. It is. Let me. I'm gonna.
It's beautiful.
I'm gonna see if I can pull this up on my Twitter. I sent this to Cass because I was like, "Can you freaking believe this? Actually, is." Yep, here it is. All right, we're gonna hold on. Mute. Let's expand it, and I'm gonna pause it and put it back here. Okay. Let it wait for a second. This is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. I want to go see one of these. I'm just wondering, like, they have to be blunted weapons, right? Like, those aren't like fully. How do you score it? Are they trying to knock each other out? Like, what's the?
Well, I mean,
they're dinging each other in the side of the head too, dude. It's like boom. Getting after it.
When you're watching the old movies, the movies, and you wonder, I know that stuff was sharpened, but when you have just something like those two guys are using the axe or the
Albert, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. Are they? The points are sharp. You would think it would go right through the metal, but
yeah, and I'm wondering, like, because it has to be blunted because it's like, oh, well, this match is over. Ted is bleeding out on the canvas, so we're going to award red team the win. Somebody call his family.
I don't see anybody complaining about CTEs.
Because they don't remember their name after getting whacked in the side of the helmet.
No, I just
boom.
It's called the International Medieval Combat Federation.
I just want to know how they score the freaking points, man. Like
what happens if it goes through the metal, like the back of his knee? Does not look like it has any metal. What happens when he hits the back of his knee? That dude did a spin.
I know.
Said, I'm gonna make it look pretty.
Yeah. I'm just. How do you win? How do you win? Is it like they're just counting blows?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm gonna look that up. How do they score? What is it called?
The International Medieval Combat Federation.
Combat Federation. Yeah. Well, we've seen those.
2013.
Scoring system.
Hundreds of fighters from 26 countries at various fighting competitions around the world.
All right, here we go. Armed combat sports. Here's the actual manual. IMCF. What are the rules? Let's go to Reddit because Reddit never lets you down. There's a Pole with an axe stuck in his helmet, which means an American doesn't have a weapon. I don't know why the American team doesn't just recruit a squad that's ex-college pro linebackers. I mean, that's good. That's a different kind of sport. And these guys actually have clothes on, so they're probably like, you want us to what? Use weapons? No, we're football players. Oh, my gosh.
I should. So in 2019, it's giving the gold, silver, and bronze for different things, and the USA didn't qualify in any of them. The USA took a couple in 2018. Pole arms, long swords, sword and shield events, 5 versus 5. Could you imagine the melee in 5v5? Oh,
it's on there. You can pull that up. That was some of the first videos. Yeah.
I thought it 16.
My whole thing when I first saw it,
I said, that has to be something in Russia or Eastern Europe. Like, there's no way. And then you find out, nope, kind of everybody's into it. Because there's a thing called HEMA, historical European martial arts, and there's guys that actually
Yes.
practice that and go to tournaments. I thought it was like a little niche thing that like 2 or 3 people got into. HEMA
Let's see, in
combat.
2014, they were held in Spain. ESPN actually showed it in 2015.
No kidding.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the study and practice of historical European fighting techniques. See, this is one of those weird things that I know about because I just go down these like rabbit holes. And
Yeah,
it's just
you
like,
do.
it's just like, what the hell? And there's actually like an alliance here.
Yeah.
Long swords, rapier swords and bucklers, pole arms, and more. It's been since the 1980s and 90s is when HEMA kind of got started.
Wow. How much drinking is involved?
You know what though? I think a lot of this is because we romanticize that. So like I talked about
Kinda
one of
like
my
redoing like World War One
right or Civil War
old
reenactments.
Civil War reenactments where they do that. I've seen that, and my grandparents took me to one in Springfield.
Okay.
And I was like,
But what I've learned, so Todd Cutler, Todd's Workshop, one of the YouTubers I recommended last week.
right.
So
yes.
I learned a lot from him because he said, "Oh, we think we know, but when you go back and actually read, they're called treaties that actually teach knights how to fight. We've lost it." So like when you watch a movie, you're like, "Oh, that's how." Nope, that's not what they did. A lot of the knights would grab their sword and like try to use it as a spear tip. They weren't standing back sword on sword. They were like, these are brawlers a lot of times. But they're reading these ancient manuscripts and they're trying to study it, and that's how these things develop. They're asking questions like, we've lost a lot of the art of the longbow. That's one of the things that Todd was getting into, was like how much damage could a longbow do? Could it go through gambersome? Could it go through plate steel? Like, we don't know because we've lost it. So he goes and they start to do this, and that led me to Scola Gladiatoria. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's actually a weapons dealer, I believe, in England. And he's the reason I found out about this HEMA, because he's a practitioner, and he would show like sparring matches on there, and I'm like, wow. But I still don't know how it's scored. Like,
yeah, I couldn't find anything.
It's secret. It's like, yeah, well, you notice that you only see the competitors face off once, and then you see the loser. You never see him again. Hey, wait a minute. That's why it's like Highlander. There can be only one. They're making a new Highlander movie.
Yes, they are. Superman.
Henry Cavill, yeah.
Henry Cavill, yes.
Can they please get a terrible Scottish actor to play the Spaniard again, please? Like, get Gerard Butler to be the Spaniard, just with his accent. That's a Sparta. Hey, I'm from Spain, don't you know?
It was so bad.
That's right. When I was
so
there,
bad. It was so bad that I will watch it every time it comes on.
it is. I just remember how scared of Clancy Brown I was when he got his throat slit and he had earrings in it. That creeped me out as a kid.
What, were they earrings? I thought he had staples.
I think they were decoration. I don't know, because I haven't seen that since, because I didn't realize. I started to watch the movie and it cringed me so bad I had to stop. Their first fight is in a WWF match where Hulk Hogan's wrestling up top, and they go down in the basement where the cars are parked and they have their sword fight. I was like,
and the light, the sparks are everywhere.
yeah, and the lightning's not good. And I was just like, I don't know if I can watch this. Christopher Lambert just kind of is weird. He's just
weird.
He's kind of a weird dude.
Did you see the movie where he played with the assassins with the Japanese?
Yeah. No, I did not.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about this, so we're done.
All right.
Snow White. Snow White, I guess, is coming out.
It opened today. It opened today.
I have to see how that dude. I saw a Mexican guy goes, "Look, man, everyone's criticizing Snow White." He goes, "But she's Mexican. Think about it. She lives at home with like her 7 brothers. They all go to work. How they get to work? They walk." he goes, "They all got cool nicknames. And you got that one creepy Uncle Doc just hanging out. Nobody knows why he's there." He goes, "Yeah, she's Mexican, of course." Like, dude, he had me cracking up.
I saw another take on it today, and they were using a dwarf lady. I don't. What's the proper term? I mean,
It's not midget, so I don't know.
Yes. So whatever she was vertically challenged, and she said she was mad because they used AI for the 7 dwarfs, which they weren't even going to use the 7 dwarfs to begin with, but then they caught so much backlash, so they put the 7
surgically enhance the dwarves. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So she's mad because if you remember, the little Brazilian lady and Gal Gadot came out, and the little Brazilian lady was like, "You're not your normal."
Oh yeah.
Snow White movie.
Weird.
Yeah, she was like, basically, it was being promoted as the DEI thing of the world. She's not wanting any man's help. She's not this and she's not that. And she said, "But if y'all are going to use DEI and y'all don't even use vertically challenged people, how could you say it's DEI?"
Well, I think they were going to, but the dude from Game of Thrones, what's his name? The guy that
love him.
Lannister.
Yeah.
Well, he came out and said that it was racially insensitive to use little people in the movie. So he cost 7 little people their jobs. So they handed it out to CGI. Yeah, he came out and was railing against it and talking trash, saying, "How dare Disney use little people?" Yeah, he wouldn't mind if he was getting a preferred role and making $1 million. I'll guarantee you that. So yeah, dude, when you go down this rabbit hole of letting unwell people with mental problems dictate the rules, you're never gonna be able to actually follow the rules, because the rules are going to shift. They're going to change. It's funny too, because she's pro Hamas, Snow White. Gal Gadot was in the IDF, so they hate each other, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, because she said she came out and had something. Would she say something about Jewish people?
I don't know.
Right?
I haven't been following. I just saw it today.
That's what she said. Something about
yeah.
She had an anti-Semitic statement.
Yes,
and
Gal Gadot was like,
she's Jewish.
Yeah, I don't know if that's kind of not cool. Yeah, dude, that's the problem when you give in to like this silliness. Like, you're always going to offend somebody.
Yes.
The only people they don't care to offend is you and me, because we're straight white males.
Right.
Like, no one cares. And for the most part, we don't really care. So it's like, have at it. I don't really, my pride can take it, because I just won't. It's like, the more you insult me, the easier it is for me to save money, because ultimately we're part of the consumer base. And if you insult part of the consumer base, don't be shocked when they don't purchase tickets. And
yes.
So, and I was never going to see Snow White anyway. So it's like, I don't really care.
Any reason to say. I will say this though, Black Bag came out last week, I think.
Black Bag?
Black Bag, yes, and it's got a great cast in it. Black Bag has
Pierce Brosnan,
Michael Fassbender,
he's
Kate Blanchett.
Okay. I'm just gonna say he's awkward looking to me. I don't know what it is. He's a good looking guy, but there's just something about him that's like a little off. Like, I'm always like,
Yeah, he played what's his name in X-Men?
Magneto.
Magneto, yes, he played Magneto in it. But it's basically a husband and wife are spies.
Okay.
And one of them has turned. So he has to figure out who it is.
Oh, okay.
When intelligence agent Catherine Woodhouse is suspected of betraying the nation, her husband, also a legendary agent, faces the ultimate test of whether to be loyal to his marriage or his country.
Oh, hell no. You can get another wife. Yeah. Country.
My mom said that movie was great from start to finish. An hour and a half, hour and 33 minutes.
Okay.
And the whole time she said, her and her husband were like, "Who do you think did it? Who you think it is? Who do you think it is?" And that's a good movie.
It is, yeah.
If you're like, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, because Mama Kaz watches a lot of movies, so if she's hasn't figured it out, that makes me want to see it.
Yeah.
I watched one of his movies. Well, I attempted to watch a Michael Fassbender movie 2 nights ago.
Which one was that?
Assassin's Creed.
I actually enjoyed that movie.
I threw up in my mouth a couple times.
It's not great, but I enjoyed it.
No, I was like, did they ever even look at the source material? No, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
I'm like, none of this is, I guess this is just
I watched it for free on HBO or something.
Yes,
like that.
It's on HBO.
Yeah.
I had to turn it off.
It's not a movie I would recommend. No. But if you want something in the background while you're cooking or it was
stabbing kitty cats. Yeah, that's a movie for you right there. It's horrible. It was.
I'm still stuck that you don't want to play Way of the Warrior.
Oh, I got to look that up. It's
you never did
Way
look that up.
Way of the Warrior. Okay.
Yeah. The sounds that those players made just
fighting game. Oh, it's a fighting game.
Yeah, it's a fighting game.
Oh, that looks horrible.
It's
Oh, it looks like a Mortal Kombat ripoff.
Yeah, it's a Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2, and none of our friends would play it with us. Just
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They wouldn't have been your friends if they would have agreed. Yeah, I'm curious if it hit critical acclaim.
No, it did not hit critical acclaim.
Was it just on the 3DO or did it have a cabinet?
No, it was just on the 3DO.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's how dare you. Yeah, no thanks. So people also search for okay. So I got a story.
All right.
This is so I alluded to it earlier. You go for a trip to Antarctica and you get on the base. Somebody acts out of pocket. Right. What do you do? Well, a group of South African scientists has pleaded for help, saying they are trapped in an isolated base on a cliff edge in Antarctica with a team member who has become violent. This is from Newsweek. They're stuck there for 10 to 15 months. And this dude is...
Is it that long?
Uh-huh. Yeah. The base would be spent in isolation, but may now be in danger from one of their own members who has become mentally unstable. Yeah, apparently he's been doing aggressive male behavior, let's call it, because we don't want to get in trouble.
Yes.
But I guess he's punching people at like SA. He's done some SA with some of the ladies.
Yes.
I'm just like
some assault.
Can you? I can't even imagine that. I mean, like, there's like, let's just say you go out on a cruise ship and somebody acts out, like you're away from shore. That's terrifying. Just that premise. But to take it up another level, you're in one of the most inhospitable places on earth. You can't even just go, F this, I'm out, and start walking. You can't.
No,
you're dead.
Within what?
Let me look. I'm going to look up. Let's look.
Because I know they say you have to ingest calories up to like 5,000 calories a day, I want to say, because it's so cold. So your body can keep up its core temperature.
Oh, it's 30 degrees right now. It's fine. It's South Pole is
degrees below zero?
Minus 62 degrees. I think it's summer right now.
Well, in Antarctica?
Yeah. I've got it on my phone, actually. I keep it on there.
Degrees. Yeah, okay.
I keep it on there in the...
But when so yeah, you can get away, but in this...
I just can't imagine the like, holy crap. this guy's acting out. You know, it's different. Like if I'm over at your house and I start, okay, right now it's minus 54 in Antarctica, mostly cloudy.
Minus
Yeah,
54.
yeah, minus 54. Yeah, it's yeah. The low tonight is going to be minus 59. So, you know, probably wear a coat.
You can go for a leisurely stroll if you
Yeah.
want to check out the stores.
I'd
for
recommend
about
a
30 seconds.
I'd recommend a light coat for sure, at least.
Some hand warmers.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You'll make it. You'll make it about 3 steps from the door.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine minus 54.
You and I both worked in freezers before, and they were set at 0, and that's cold enough.
I can imagine. I don't know the pay. You think they get paid well to do that?
Some of that is volunteer work. Some of
yeah,
it, and some of it is scientific. So,
right,
you know, universities
so it depends
or
on the grants,
right,
everything like that.
That's terrifying. That's just absolutely, because that's like the worst case scenario. It's like that movie, The Thing.
Yes.
You start to think about it, like you're stuck in one of the most remote places. Because I think the 2 places you can come to Antarctica from is like what, Chile,
Yes.
Argentina, or Chile.
Something
And
like that, yeah.
I know it's in by Christchurch in New Zealand, somewhere like it starts with an O. I can't remember, but those are the 2 predominant places you go to Antarctica from.
Right.
That's it.
And they don't just like regularly bring you things.
Well, they have a season for it. I think there's but yeah, I mean, my goodness. And you can't I'm going to go sit in the car and cool off. Nope.
No.
You'll be cool forever. I saw that and I was like, there's no way. And it's true. Yeah. They're calling it in, and this guy is lost his mind. I can, you know,
and that's the thing, is you think about it. How do you know how somebody's going to react?
Because that's kind of a stressful situation. Yeah.
That's you're away from everything that you know, everything that you love. I mean, it's not like you can just get on your cell phone and just start peruse X or your TikTok or whatever. So everything that you normally do, you can't do anymore.
It's almost the equivalent of being in a cult on a compound. Like you're stuck there, you know? And you imagine if they said
you don't know who
10 months, that's a year, dude.
And you don't know these people like that.
I couldn't do that with people I know, because after about 3 months, I hate your guts. Don't even look at me, because I'm going to take this screwdriver.
Every little.
I'm going to start taking screws out the door so that we have to get evacuated.
But
what's
every
Mac
little
doing?
thing
He's
that
always
every
over there.
person does.
Mind your business. Yeah, exactly. No secrets.
Yeah, there's no secrets. You know that you can't feed Mac beans to save your life. It's not going to go over well in the compound.
He starts to walk. Back in the corner. Back in the corner.
No Taco Tuesday, I promise you.
No, man. No. I just saw that, and it just I started playing out scenarios well, what do they do? Can they subdue the guy? Where do you put him? Because every place, there's no jail. There's no, do you just hog tie the guy?
His body won't decompose.
They're trying not to kill the guy, but I mean, eventually, if nobody can, seriously, you have to contemplate if the guy they can't regulate this guy.
Yeah.
For the greater good of the group. I mean, you might have to take it. It's either that or just let him have his way with everybody. It's
how much harm can you do before you have to stop him?
Thank you. That's the good way to put it. Exactly.
Yeah. Before you have to stop him. And then it goes to the fact, okay, so you have him subdued. So he's got to go to the bathroom. Who gets the lucky straw?
Yeah. No, seriously. Yeah.
This man out. So, like I said, his body.
Hey, Dale, we need some help outside. Close the door. Click. That's all you got to do. He got stuck outside. I mean, seriously.
Why is there a tape residue on his ankles and hands?
I don't know. He was messing with his boots. Said the water was getting in. I don't know. He was nuts.
Can't fix everything, but it sure can help it make it better.
Yes, yes. It's called the no struggle tape for a reason.
And
That's just
now
horrible.
it's just a horrible thought to, and that's what I'm saying is how do you, I mean, because I'm sure the groups aren't large. I'm sure,
Let's see.
it's got to be what, a 6-man team or something like that, 5-man team.
Well, it depends because I think McMurdo had, 15 or 20. How many people on the?
Well, isn't there different countries up there? Like there's like different.
Yeah, I think every country, well, not every, but I think a lot of I was like, where was I at? African. How many people on the South African Antarctic team? How many people? There we go, because I can't say it. 9-man. Houses a 9-man crew. Yeah.
So it's just like, do they take 9 people and put them together someplace else and simulate?
Could you get somebody from another base to like drive overland? Because like, how many countries? Let's see. How? Tell I'm from the South. How many countries in Antarctica? Here we go. Let's see. It's not, no shit. 58 nations are participating. So,
but are they all there at one time?
That I don't know. Know. There are currently 53 parties to the treaty, of which 29 are consultative parties. So nobody owns Antarctica. The continent is governed by the Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959, which establishes a framework of international cooperation. While 7 nations, Argentina, Australia, Chile, France, New Zealand, Norway, and the UK have made territorial claims. Of course the UK did. They're like, all right, it belongs to us. That's what they do everywhere until somebody with a gun steps up and says, shoot the redcoat. There are 29 consultative parties. I can't say that word. The treaty has 59. Okay. How many people are there now? How many countries are?
You think they have a stress dog? I have to have a stress
dog. I wonder. I'm just wondering.
Can't have a stress dog because the dog wouldn't make it to go outside to pee.
No, 7 nations have made territorial. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's just giving me are in Antarctica today. There are no. Oh Jesus! Just 7 countries made. Okay, there's got to be a better way. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything either.
Yeah, so, but I'm just like,
so it's just a terrible thing because it's like I said, how do you simulate that? Because this is not the first time that something like this has happened. It might be the first time we're hearing about it.
But I'm wondering, like if you had a base here and the South African base is here, if you couldn't like hop them on a boat or a jet ski, or because I know they have those snowcats.
Those snowcats, yeah.
Those big, like with the heater and stuff.
With the tank tracks in them, yeah.
Put his butt in it, take him over to the Americans because the Americans know all about violence. So.
No, yeah.
But I mean,
we know how to take care of problems like this out here where we're from.
Well, boy, he's got a pretty mouth. Look at him. Woo-wee. Bubba, break out the banjo.
Hey, we gonna put him on some of that Act Right.
Yeah. Hey, get that other can. No, the other can. The one down there says whoop ass. Get that one. That's the one. Now open it up. That's so dumb.
No, that Roy D. Mercer was some of the best ever, though. You never heard Roy?
No, I guess I haven't.
He did a prank. He was out of Tulsa. He would prank people. I'll open can whoop ass on you. That's where that came from. Is Roy D. Mercer? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe he was out of Tulsa and he did prank calls like that, and it did stuff like, "I'll come up there and whoop that ass." It was hilarious.
Oh, was that the guy that would say, "How big a boy are you?"
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have heard him. Yeah. I was trying to see.
No, it's not Roy D. Mercer.
I think it. Well, okay. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I was trying to see. Yeah, so there's New Zealand. So they take it from there, and I think South America, which is weird to see them like right here and here. Because in my head, New Zealand's here, and South America would be here to see it on this map as New Zealand down at the bottom of the map. But yeah, they would leave from Oamaru, I believe, New Zealand, because you could actually go and pay money to go hang out with penguins, because they actually have penguins there that would come in from time to time, I guess. And then you've got the Falklands. The British are not welcomed here, by the way, just in case anybody's welcome in this country.
Where, in New Zealand?
No, in this
The
part.
Falklands?
Well, the war pissed off these. I think it's Argentina. Yeah, they had a Top Gear episode where they were going to drive their cars. It's a beautiful freaking country. I don't know if it's Argentina or I'd have to look. I'm not a geometrist. But they got into it, and the guys they had to get them out of the country. Like, it's on that episode where they literally, people showed up outside their hotel room ready to burn them at the stake. Like, they were.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
these are British.
Because they were British. Yeah, it's like wow, that's horrible.
Suck.
Yep,
that's gotta suck.
Especially those guys. Those guys are like
world
like ambassadors.
American treasure, or not American treasures, like television treasures. I mean, yeah.
So now, so we did the Snow White story. We did Way of the Warrior, which everyone regrets. We've talked about. I just hope they find a way to end that peacefully without anybody getting hurt. But if he's hurting people, they got to put a stop to it. Super glue his butt to the wall. I mean, you got to do something, man. So this got uncovered this week. Massive underground structures found beneath Giza pyramids spark ancient energy grid conspiracy theories. They found these pillars with spirals when they did the survey, with these like towers, these square structures when they did these surveys. 2 kilometers down. Was
it 4 of them, I believe?
Archaeologists have discovered huge spiral-shaped cylindrical structures stretching over 600 meters, about 2,000 feet, straight down beneath the Giza Pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Giza. These massive findings, located more than 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles below the pyramid base, hint at enormous. Pull it up on X. Close that. Hint at enormous hidden constructions deep underground. Like, dude, that is
from different angles.
The guy that you sent me was talking about this could change.
I mean, everything. Because what have they always said? They were like, the ancient Egyptians come up here. We don't know how they did it. They could have done. I mean, for all we know, these are, let's just say, water wells that they used.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking.
To bring the water up to build the pyramid. But at the same time, we don't know. Somebody actually hypothesized that it might have been.
That there might be
the Great Library.
The Great Library, yeah, that's it.
But
yeah,
if you ever watch any videos about this location in Egypt, a lot of the really deep excavations, they get water damage because the water table rises up and destroys it. So if one of the pyramids, and I don't remember which one, you go down into the lower levels of it, and there's like one of those granite, I don't know if it's granite, but the black coffin looking things. These things are under there, but it's underwater, and there's a huge stone lid laying there, but it's all underwater. And they were like, they'd have to pump it out. So, and I think that's probably from the Nile. So if there is something that is down here, it could very well be, this could be a massive waterworks. Like we don't really know. That was my first inclination. But even if that is, do you realize how advanced and amazing that would be for ancient peoples to have done this? So it gives credence to all the shit I've been talking to you about all these years, that somebody built all this stuff, and then the flood and a great catastrophe happened, wiped our memory of these people off, and now they come back and they go, oh, that pyramid has the name Dave on it, so Dave built the pyramid. So okay, so that belongs to Dave, that belongs to Khufu, that we don't know.
We don't know anything, and then it's going to go to the fact that the people that are the other conspiracy theorists about who helped them build it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, could be aliens, and I don't buy
Well,
that.
I mean, I don't buy that it's aliens, but I buy the fact that they're
Was an
similar
advanced race.
structures in different parts of the world.
Absolutely.
So for it to be similar structures, you have to think somebody had to be telling.
Yep, people were
this
talking.
is how we did this. People
Absolutely.
are talking, and for them to talk, I mean, it's not like you could just hop on a plane and fly down here and learn how like a chef goes to France to culinary school. It doesn't work like that. It didn't work like that thousands
Right.
of years ago. You just couldn't. We're gonna run over here real quick and see how Bob's building the house,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna take some of the way he does it. It didn't work like that.
Well, and what's crazy is Uncharted X. He takes these guided tours with this gentleman. I can't remember his name right off the top, but if you watch his channel, he would walk by his great grandfather. He said his great grandfather would bring him up to the Great Plateau, the Giza Plateau, and the Grand Causeway. And he said in between those giant, massive slabs, his grandfather said his grandpa showed him that he's been putting sand in this hole for his whole life. So that guy, his dad, did the same thing when he was a kid. Now he's taking Ben from Uncharted X over there. And it's like, it should be getting full. It's not. Something's down there, right? And they've been saying that. And I really believe from a lot of the stuff that I've watched, I'm not smart. So I don't know. There's too many things that don't quite add up in my head, but maybe a legit archaeologist could convince me. Problem with what I see with modern archaeology is they don't want to ask those tough questions. They don't take the time. They just try to criticize, ridicule, and just shoo, go away. And some of the stuff they can't answer because we had this nice, neat timeline from
they don't want to either
of human evolution, as they say, that goes from here to here to here to here. And we believe they started 10,000 years ago, whatever it is. And then the nice, neat progression. And then they uncovered Göbekli Tepe 20 years ago, and it's got technology it shouldn't exist per their timeline. So they're just like, yeah, we're just going to, I don't know. These people were weird. We don't know. Now you find this, who built it? How long have people been here? Because
my question is when are they going to take those satellites and look at other pyramids to see if other pyramids have a similar water structure?
Absolutely, like see if there are parallels.
Now that, they're going to, because he said it was two companies with two satellites using their satellites, private companies. So they're going to eventually. Because it takes time for the satellites to reconfigure and all that stuff. They're going to eventually.
Right.
So that if you find that, will make it even more be like, oh damn.
Yeah, if they go out to other great pyramid places, and they start to look down and they're like, oh look, we've got something similar here. But they found the place, I believe it's called Saqqara, where those giant black sarcophaguses are. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And they're like, well, these were supposed to be tombs, yet they've never found anybody, as far as I know, actually buried in one, maybe one or two.
Aren't they speculating that they did that so people wouldn't, they thought they were buried there, so if there were ever grave robbers, they were actually buried someplace else, so nobody could ever get to their bodies? Isn't that what it was?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But now I don't know this for a fact, but what I heard was that they've never found a mummy in one of the pyramids.
Right.
But again, my thing is okay. So we have all these pyramids. I keep saying pyramidal, which is just dumb. But these pyramid structures all over the world. It's not like it's 2025. If you and I went to, I don't know, to Japan, they have things that are similar to us. They have electricity, they have running water, heat and air, but they don't have ovens typically, unless it's a very upscale place. But you look at their houses, like They're a house, but they're not built like ours. They're made out of different material.
Mhm.
They're like their furniture is going to be different. The setup and layout, especially of a traditional Japanese house, is going to be completely alien to you and me. I mean,
Mhm.
just take Oklahoma and Connecticut, like completely different environments. Like they use heating oil. I don't know anybody here that uses heating oil to heat their house. I mean, natural gas, but that's different.
Right.
So just like small differences like that, but now we're talking massive structures all over the world,
Yes.
and it's like somebody wasn't talking.
Yeah, crazy.
I
I
don't
don't believe that.
know. I think there's a lot more to our ancient past than we know, and I'm not blaming archaeologists or anything. I'm just saying
No.
I think there's a lot more questions. I mean,
But I think, the archaeologist's hands are somewhat tied too, because it is by who's paying your bills.
100%,
You know,
100%.
can you be an actual true thinker when the guy above you is saying, "I need you to go out and find this," but yet, no, don't look too hard. We
Um,
don't want it to. We don't want it to go against the books that I've already written or that this person's already written because they're paying our bills.
well, and I think too, you don't want to step on the people that came before you. So a lot of the times,
But isn't that the whole?
well,
The whole
yeah, but
to me, wouldn't that? Isn't that what's okay? So they say science is the whole thing of facts.
right. It's a
Is it
search for fact.
archaeology?
It's a search for
It's a search
facts.
for facts. Well, if the facts, okay, so your way of looking at things strews your facts to me.
Well,
It
that's why
can't.
we have the scientific method. You're supposed to come up with a hypothesis, then you're supposed to test the hypothesis, right?
Mhm, mhm.
I believe I believe that like I think a lot of people it's what I've always said with archaeology that irritates me too is that they find a spoon buried in the soil, and to me and you're like, that's a really pretty spoon, and archaeologists will immediately go, it was used for fertility ritual. You don't fucking know that. You don't. You're just like, there's a feather and a petrified deer penis, so clearly based on the evidence that we found, it's a fertility. It's like, or the dude was doing I don't know, Viagra.
He- yeah,
Medieval Viagra for all you know. He's chewing on the
Yeah.
petrified deer penis while snorting some coca leaf. You don't know.
we don't.
And what really
I-
got me on this path was and you can find it on YouTube. It's I can't remember the name of it right offhand. I'll think about it. But it was talking about the history of the Bible. Is it real or myth? And this agnostic guy named David, I think David Roll, and some other guys, an attorney and somebody else. And granted, once you get into religious stuff, it's pretty hit or miss, because if you're super into it, everything you see is going to point to fact. So you kind of, it's kind of hard to watch like a Christian documentary and take it. And I don't mean this negatively, but they tend to, like, a lot of them I've seen, they tend to make some leaps. Like, we're going to make this fit instead of like, I don't know, it's kind of a gray area. But this particular one shows what they believe happened is one of the black periods in Egypt, time shifted about 400 to 500 years. That's what got me to start going, we don't really know a lot about what we're talking about. We've made a lot of guesses, but those guesses over the last 200 years have turned into facts. But we don't have the corroborating evidence because we're dealing with a civilization that's at least 10,000 years old. That's a lot of stuff that can go missing in 10,000 years. So I'm not blaming the researchers, but like, they went to this site in Egypt and they were saying, are there any evidence of the Hebrews being here? And the German guy goes, no, it's a myth. It's a myth. They were never here. They were never here. And they were like right next to a grave with a guy that had red hair and was dressed like a shepherd with buried next to a goat. And he goes, what are those? Oh, we don't know. And then they find more Hebrew artifacts. And he's like, but it doesn't match up with our timeline. So because the time was wrong, everything else had to be thrown out. They couldn't look at it objectively and go, maybe the time's wrong. They're like, no, that's right. So all of this is just an unknown variant. We'll just toss it away in the back of the library, and we'll come at it some other time when people get more data and stuff. I think that's happened a lot with history, because if you look at the evidence that's in this place, it's listed in the Bible as where these people were. And you start to uncover it, and they're like, are these Egyptians? They're like, no. Well, who are they? We don't know. Could it be that they're the Hebrews? Absolutely not. Time doesn't match up. Well, is it the time, and you start asking the questions, and then they start to get fussy because you're going against what they're doing, because they're getting money to do this, and their name is going to go into a history book. So if they've got their pride and their whole life's work on this, they're not going to admit that they made a mistake. But that's when it really started to hit me that I don't think that's what literally got me going. And I think it was either my sister, my dad, or one of my daughters that turned me on to that documentary. And it is on YouTube. Exodus Myth or Fact, I think is what it's called. So it focuses on that period in history. Man, it was fascinating, because as just somebody that likes to learn about this stuff, it really changed my perspective. Like, oh, there's some people in academia who have their heads up their butts. So even if you did find, like in one of these, this is one of the stone boxes in Saqqara that I have on the screen. Even if you found that and it had a giant skeleton in it that's like 12 foot tall, they would go, it's a weird growth spurt. This guy, he's not representative. And then you find 10 more, and then they would go, well, we'll just put it in the back of the library. So it's like nobody wants to ask those weird questions, because then that puts you into a field of study that's disreputable, which is like what they call xenoarchaeology or pseudo-archaeology. So it's like, well, you're not actually intelligent. You're saying that these are aliens and stuff. And that's not what a lot of these guys are saying. They're merely asking, like Graham Hancock and his show Ancient Apocalypse. He's asking questions, and he's saying, I think this what happened, which is what most of history is. We think this is what happened, because we don't really know, because Papa's not coming up going, well, back in my day. Nobody's telling you. I mean, we've already lost historical World War II sites. In Normandy, people are digging up German emplacements that everyone forgot they were there. And that's like less than 100 years ago. And they're like, we didn't know this was here under our field. And they're digging it back up because the Allies buried it when they were done fighting the war. We've lost it because the documentation got lost. That's 100 years. Imagine how much shit we lose in 12,000 years, Yeah. So, yeah. But that is so fascinating, and I'm with you. I want them to take that around to the Bent Pyramid, the Step Pyramid. I want them to go to Saqqara, this place with there's tons of these boxes, and the right angles inside they're amazingly accurate. Amazingly accurate. It's phenomenal. And I'm not saying the Egyptians didn't do it, but I think it was the predecessor to the Egyptians that we know. Like, yes. Because, like, could you imagine? Like, that looks like something a modern place made. And we're talking, this has been down here underground for, 10, 12,000 years. So.
Yeah, it's like I said, you and my mom.
That's so freaking cool, though. That is so cool that they could have potentially like uncovered stuff under like 2 miles or 2 kilometers, 1.5 miles under the freaking ground. There are pillars with what look like ramps on the side of it. Like, I mean, that could just be a load bearing structure too, couldn't it? I mean, we do that in some of our modern buildings to prevent earthquakes and stuff. I don't know. I'm just talking trash now. It's just that was the docking plate for the aliens. I just like it because we think modern humans are the same as ancient humans. We think we have everything figured out because we're the smartest people that have ever come. We're smarter than our parents. We're smarter than our grandparents. So therefore, we're smarter than the people that came before us. Yet, if you took any of the people we know and told them to put a saddle on a horse, all of a sudden you're not so damn smart, are you? I couldn't do it.
I couldn't put a saddle on a horse. horse.
No, I
On
couldn't
top of
either.
the fact the horses scared me to death.
Me too. I call them
That's
walking glue factories. That's all I call them because that's all they're good for.
I've ridden one time, and I was scared to death the whole entire time, and I kept telling myself, "Don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared. I don't want to be a statistic. Don't be a statistic."
And then the horse laughed at you. You're just like, you son of a.
No, I was actually we were actually out of country, and the horse. So the horse. I mean, do I say that it only understood Spanish?
Oh
But
no.
we were in Mexico.
Cállate! Cállate!
Yeah, they were only spoke to in Spanish, so and I just kept telling myself, "Don't be scared, don't be scared."
I mean, this one discovery, if they actually get down there, could rewrite our ancient past.
Oh, that's what that guy
completely.
said. It could change everything, everything.
So, I mean, and we don't know either to be true. We don't know if they actually did find that or if it's an anomaly on the scan. Like you know what I mean? Like this could be one of those things that it's some fringe German archaeologist that trying a new technology where he pets a ferret's ass and they plug its mouth into something. They're like, look at what. Come here, I have to show you this. It is very amazing. This is my pet ferret. His name is Nine. Watch what we do. We get this document now. We show you what's under the pyramid, yeah? Like, you don't know. That's a horrible accent, by the way.
It wasn't bad, actually. It wasn't bad. It was kind of Raiders of the Lost Ark-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Jones, you want to go over here and meet my pistol? And yeah?
Yeah, it was kind of Raiders of the Lost Ark-ish, yeah.
Dr.
But yeah,
Jones.
like I said, you never know. That will be the thing is when they.
Because here's the thing. Do you really want them going tearing up the Giza Plateau, though? You know, one of the world's 7 greatest monuments. It's
I don't
like
think they will tear it up, but the LiDAR and the stuff they're using now, which he didn't call it. It wasn't LiDAR they used to do that. It was something else. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't either.
I tried to make a word out of all the letters that he used. And I was like, I can't make one.
Halabagasa.
Yeah, that's probably pretty stinking close. But if they use that, and I'm sure it costs, lots of money to reposition the satellites or however they do that stuff. I don't know what they do. But I'm sure it'll be one pyramid at a time. They'll probably do everything in that area first.
Well, and I also think that if there is evidence of like people that lived back when that whole Sahara Desert was a green, lush place with the inland sea, a lot of the stuff you could be looking for is buried under miles of sand out in the desert too.
Could be. That's why I'm saying they get to use the LiDAR and the radar stuff they were using to find that.
Yeah.
There's no telling what they're gonna unearth.
No.
It could just change.
Boy, there are Tomb Raiders right now, like going, oh boy.
Oh, they got semis. They got semis right now. Well, it's kind of like the fact of when we were young and growing up, everybody said that Cleopatra was olive skinned with black hair. Now, haven't they changed that now?
Yeah, she was Greek.
Yeah.
She was always Greek. I mean, they have statues of her.
When we were growing up.
Well, I mean, she might have been olive skinned because she was Greek, so they are more.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's not the same.
No, not like the Netflix show where she was darker than like, African, I guess is what they were saying, that she was African, but she was from Alexander the Great's general, and I can't think of the name right now.
But I'm saying just in our lifetime, things have changed.
Oh, 100%. And as evidence comes out, it's like, but here's the problem that I have too, is because they discount everything that modern archaeologists would just go, that doesn't fit the narrative. It's out.
Right.
If there is good evidence, they've thrown it out and they've lumped it all in. So now The guy that has the good evidence, he takes it to the world. Well, now the kooks get a hold of it, and now they blow it up into something. So the truth is buried sometimes under mountains of falsehoods. Like it started with a kernel of truth, and now it's like, no, President Biden really is coherent. Like it's like that, and it dilutes the entire process instead of going, well, let's take a look at that and let's use the scientific method. Let's look at the evidence that we have and, debunk it using actual reason, not pre-planned arguments that have come 200 years ago or whatever. But the Japanese just did I watched a documentary on that. They used it wasn't radioactive. I forget what it was, but they take these reflective plates and they lay them in the base of the pyramid, of the Grand Pyramid. And then it's exposed to either the sun or the moon or stars. Some sort of like radiant light will come down through it, and it shows vacancies and holes within the pyramid. I forget what this is called. It was a very new, non-invasive way to scan the pyramids. And they found holes within the pyramid in the upper structures, holes that people were like, that shouldn't be there, right? But then you get the crackpots, and I'm not calling them a crackpot because we don't know. We don't. I find it hard to believe that the pyramid is a power plant. I kind of like that's, but the only thing that's truly impossible in life is the fact that you can't conceive of how something is actually possible. So that says more about you than it does the actual thing. Because it's like, I've seen enough, you and I, when we were kids, they could never show dragons in a movie. And then they come out with a movie where the dragon looks around and you're like, okay, well, CGI and stuff. Now it's almost like we never would have thought you could have went to Mars. We're closer than we've ever been. So it's just takes one rich guy with a lot of money and nothing else to do. Pretty much anything can be possible. So I don't know. This is crazy though. I'd like to see them get under there before I pass away. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much all that I have for this week. I talked about Assassin's Creed.
We have one more thing.
March Madness?
No.
Oh.
We talked a little about March Madness's basketball going on. We did not talk about the Texas law.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Texas is, because we put this in the title, so we have to talk about it.
That's right.
And before we get into this, have you heard from Ralph lately? I didn't see him on. He hadn't said nothing in a while.
No, I haven't seen him. I haven't. He sent me a text. I don't know. Was it this week or last week?
I was just wondering if he was couponing it again. It's Friday night, big town, coupon day.
So, okay.
So, Texas is trying to make some anime illegal. A proposed new law in Texas could make some of the most beloved anime series illegal. Senate Bill 20 has been passed by their House, an amendment to Chapter 43 of Texas Penal Code. And it says a person commits an offense if the person knowingly possesses, accesses with the intent to view, or promotes obscene visual material containing a depiction that appears to be of a child younger than 18 years of age, engaging in activities described by Section 43.21a, which I don't know what those are. Regardless of whether the depiction is an image of an actual child, a cartoon, or animation, or an image created using AI application or other computer software. It goes on to say that activities described by this section are a matter of interpretation. The definition.
Well, you can't leave that up to the government because they're going to screw up the interpretation.
That's the thing, is they're basically, to me, they're opening themselves up for lawsuits, because the definition of obscene includes activities that are illegal, but also includes the wording. Material or performance that, taken as a whole, lacks serious literary, artistic, political, and scientific value.
So now we're swinging back to the right where everything is going to be made illegal. So we just come from where you can do anything. Now everything's going to become illegal again.
Well, they were talking about this under Biden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they talked about this last year about making anime illegal in in the United States. Some anime illegal, but
It depends on
how,
what it is, because there's some of that really gross shit that you and I both know as out there. We don't watch it, but you've
yes,
heard about it. I'm like, okay, like the really pornographic stuff. It's like, yeah, but if you're gonna come after, like you said, Bleach or Demon Hunter,
Yeah,
Naruto, like some of that
yeah, any of
stuff,
that stuff.
because there's some of that stuff that's in there that could probably be considered by these people as no stuff, because they're not fans of it. They don't understand the context of
That's the
it.
thing, is if you're not a fan of it, how can you? And it gets me to the fact of, okay, so if they're going to do this, when are they going to start going into American TV that they've got 20 and 30-year-olds portraying high school kids,
Oh, that's a good
uh,
point.
which they go into having sex and they're doing drugs and they're wearing you
But
see them walking around in lingerie as a high school kid. I mean,
they're
just take
portraying it like
for
a 17-year-old, right? Right.
yes, just take for a fact of Landman. Landman is a great show. Okay. His daughter in Landman, I'm looking it up right now. His daughter in Landman. I'm looking up Landman. Let's see, who is his daughter?
Tracy,
Uh,
Patricia.
Allie Larder.
That's close.
No, that's not her. That's the girl from Final Destination. This is his daughter. His daughter is played by Michelle Randolph.
Okay.
Um, when was she born? It's not giving me a date of when she was born. But she's playing a high school kid. She's dating a high school kid, and they show her in a bra and panties. Is that not obscene for a high school kid? For me to see a high school kid in a bra and
Absolutely,
panties?
absolutely, but that's
Because if I
allowed.
get caught with a high school kid's
Picture on your phone.
picture
That's
on my phone,
woo.
that's an actual high school kid, that's child pornography. But yet you can depict it on TV. So when are they gonna? Because you
I
don't like that.
they're gonna protect Texans from art. Like, do you realize how I'm trying not to cuss, how stupid
Yeah.
this is? Like I said, there is a far delineation between like anime and what you consider to be pornographic. Because we're talking about like, dude, we've seen these people when we were kids. I mean, they were like Ozzy Osbourne is Satan himself, and you can't say
Yes.
shit on the radio. Like
Yeah.
they were for censoring everything that they don't agree with.
Yes.
Now,
that
who
is
puts
true.
you in charge of what I agree with as a fully functioning adult? Now, I'm not saying that we should have, but
We should not.
because I think
I mean-
Texas passed anti-porn law too, didn't they, for the internet? You talked
Oklahoma
about
too.
that. Okay.
Oklahoma too. Yeah, you can. I was reading it the other day. You have to go in, and a buddy of mine because we were talking about this last week. So I actually pulled up one of the porn sites, and which Pornhub is like your best porn site. It's like the most popular, I would say.
Okay.
But you type in Pornhub and it won't let you go. You have to. I don't know if you have to create an account, but here and again, if I put my account, if I want to watch porn and I want to go out to Pornhub, if I'm putting my social security number and stuff out there on a porn site that will crash your computer, been known for years to crash computers,
Right.
watching porn because of the viruses that people upload in there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, so now you want me because you don't want people to watch porn in your state. So now you want the hackers to have my confidentiality stuff, my
Right.
confidential stuff.
I guess the way
Yeah.
they're looking at it is like, well, if you're going to participate in it, you decide to take the risk. So go ahead. We don't care.
Yeah, I guess so too. And I mean, I can understand that, but
All you're going to do is
At
you're
the
going to
same-
bring print back. You're just going to bring back DVDs. That's all you're going to do.
oh, they're just going to make the porn stores more.
Because when
But
you
it's-
cross over to Texas from Oklahoma, what's the first thing you see on the right hand side?
Well, there's porn
Big
stores.
Dick's Pornhub. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's right there. So you're just going to create like people are perverts. You're not stopping anything. You're just making
Yeah.
them go
And it's-
extra steps.
And the thing is they're just trying because it comes from another country. I guarantee you, the whole thing is they're trying to get money for it. They're gonna make something that's gonna back in this. And this is just my opinion.
Some
where
white
you gotta pay. Yes.
I got a different. It's some white mom caught her son jerking it to some Japanese cartoon. And her husband's a lawyer and he's tired of her bitching. So he's like, fine, I'll call Ted Cruz. Would you get off my ass? Okay, Debbie, just stop. You know what your son is looking. Yes.
The ultimate Karen thing.
And now
I could see that.
she's got nothing better to do. And she's just trying to ruin everybody's life because what she needs to do is go on an ayahuasca journey, but she's too uptight because she's got a stick up her ass. And anybody pokes her in the belly button, it's going to shoot out and injure a bunch of people. Like literally, that's what it is.
I got one better for you. How about parent?
Because you can put child locks on your internet.
What?
You can put child locks on everything.
Everything. My buddy in North Carolina, when I go see him, he reminds me every time. He's like, when you're on my Wi-Fi, I can see everything that you look at.
So
so literally when any website, anything when I'm on his Wi-Fi, he has it set up so when his children are there. Now his oldest son is 20 now, but he wants to make sure that he's parenting.
Right.
That's what and I'm not mad at him. He has movies on his stuff. All the R-rated movies that he has in his collection, his kids cannot watch unless he gives them permission. He has to type in a password.
Right.
Why can't people parent? Why don't you parent instead of trying to make
Oh my God, why should I have to parent? That's so exhausting. I actually gave birth to them and I feed them and send them to school. It's the school's job to parent. Come on, Kaz. God.
Yes, it's
so listen to this. This is what pisses me off with government. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick already sounds like he's a POS. Emphasized the importance of careful regulation as Texas enters the digital age. So what we're saying is Texas just now got access to the damn internet. Enters the digital age. He's probably like,
we got these towns. We ain't got internet all the time. So when we come into town,
so explain it to me like I ain't real smart. Okay, well that's what we've been doing, Governor. Our state must be very careful about approaching to artificial intelligence. With the proliferation of AI-generated pornography, steps must be taken to protect Texans. Yeah, because nothing says I'm going to protect you from harm. Meanwhile, you allowed millions of illegals to enter your country. You know what I mean? Like, how stupid. The fentanyl epidemic, but we got all these other issues. We're going to fucking go after cartoons.
That's the thing. A lot of people are like, this is such a thing that you're wasting
everyone's
money.
Time. Raise your goddamn kids right, and they won't be looking at this depraved shit.
Exactly.
Like, none of my kids do it.
No. Heck, I got one son that didn't even like anime. He doesn't even like cartoons.
Well, he might not be yours.
Well, his mama doesn't watch cartoons. Never did.
No, because she's a woman, and women don't like things that are good. We know this.
I figured it was going to be a redhead thing.
No, I'm trying to steer clear of the anti-human stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want her to get any more freckles from taking souls. So steering clear of that minefield.
Well, we just wanted to let y'all know what Texas is doing. So,
according to the bill, a person commits an offense if the person knowingly possesses access with intent to view or promotes obscene visual. My thing is what are they clarifying? Because like, if I go on to Crunchyroll next week and I can't watch Solo Leveling because they decided that the one girl, her top was cut too low. Or Chainsaw Man, when he's enamored with a demon girl's boobs. It doesn't show anything, but he's literally a pervert. He's like in his 20s, and he's a pervert. She's a demon who's like 20. It's like, so that's not allowed? As an adult, we can't watch these now because it's no in Texas? It's like, God, dude. The right is just as cancerous as the far left. They really are.
Yes. And you're probably right. It's somebody.
The bill's vague language is making a lot of people in the art and anime communities sweat. Shouldn't make them sweat. It should piss them off. Could this law unintentionally criminalize art, manga, comics, or graphic novels originating from Japan, or even harmless visual content? The anime and gaming communities could be especially, and I love Japanese. You know this. I just said this earlier tonight. I play strictly Japanese video games now. And the reason is they're better. And then you got like Stellar Blade, where the girls just got tons of jiggle physics. What's wrong with that? Now we're going to get into, we got to censor, all women have to wear dresses and bonnets. And it's like, why can't we just be freaking normal? Let people enjoy the things they enjoy as long as they're not. And I've said this for years. Anime is a victimless thing. Like, nobody's getting hurt.
Yes.
Nobody gets
Nobody's
hurt
getting
with
hurt.
cartoons. Nobody does. And you can go, well, this study and this, go F yourself. Like, I would rather people watch anime than go to a strip club, because there's actual women that are degrading themselves. Anime, some fat, sweaty Japanese dude smoking a cigarette going, perverts. And he's drawing it, you know? I don't know. So the owner of the anime bar spoke out about how concerned creators are. There's been a fear of this bill because it's so vague. That's what the government does, though. And then they'll fill it in as they need to. Oh, well. All right. But that's enough of that, because I could go on and on. That pisses me off. That really makes me
angry, too. Glad I don't live in Texas.
Well, we're Oklahoma. We basically, we're Texas's little bitch.
Both states piggyback each other.
God damn it. I'm going to have to move to a blue state. I'm already calling it. Why are you moving back to Colorado? So I can watch my anime, damn it. And I don't watch the weird gross shit. I just watch we just watch what's on Crunchyroll. It's not like, and I don't know. I basically talk about every anime I've ever watched.
Yeah. I have seen like some images. My buddy showed me some images of some bad stuff, but
well, like Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball. I told you, I said, I bet that puts me on a list.
He was a horny little boy, but a horny little half
monkey
boy.
Yeah, but he was patting her underwear, and I was like, I don't know about this. You're like, oh, it's just how he is.
Basically, he was just wondering why she didn't have the same
tail.
The tail and the junk that he had.
But that's no now. If you watch that, you're going to go to prison. You imagine being in prison. Why? I was watching Goku when he was a boy. Yeah, he patted the girl's underwear, and so now here I am serving 20 to life for a cartoon. Do these? Okay, no, we're done. All right, Kaz, you tell them, the good people of this internet, where they can find us. And if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe and share it. Send it to somebody.
Post a message. You know, let us know that you hate us with strongly worded message.
So check us out on the X. Everything is under the Odd Times podcast on X. Let us know. I try to take care of the X and make sure everything is up to date. And I'm getting old and slow, so I try. And
the fact that we work full-time jobs too.
Yes.
No thanks to you people who listen.
Yes, the NGO is coming. So X, we also have an email address. It's oddtimespodcast@yahoo.com. Hit us up on TikTok, Odd Times Podcast. We have an Instagram, and they can find Mac on X somewhere.
Yes, at Orange Thong is Hot. Odd Mac Guy. It's Odd Mac Guy, spelled exactly like it sounds. And I'm there every day perusing the internet. So
yes, I'm trying to keep the bots off of it.
And if you find a story on X, send it to me. Just send it to me. Say you might find this interesting. I probably won't, but you never know. A lot of the stories I get from friends of the show. They'll send it to me and be like, have you seen this? I'm like, nope. So definitely reach out to us. And Kaz, that's going to do it for the audio portion of the show. And
oh, good. So watch a little March Madness. Have some chicken wings. That way you had that piece of chicken grease.
God damn it. He did it. I was going to stop it before you said it. You heard it here first. Peace and chicken wings. And we'll see you next week. Okay. All right. The audio portion is done. Now I'm going to look up the new Xbox real quick before we get off.
Yeah.
We can talk
I
about
had
that.
not looked it up yet.
Okay. Let's see. Newest. I don't want to shop. Full next gen Xbox from IGN here. Let's see. For 2027, dude. Already coming out for 2027. Stop playing. Thank you. Is yet to comment on the report. However, it's gaming executive, third-party hardware manufacturers. The company plans to combine Xbox and Windows experiences together for PC gaming handhelds made by original equipment manufacturers. So the Steam Deck, otherwise known as third-party hardware. So Razer, Lenovo, okay. It's fully greenlit by Microsoft. The console's reportedly a premium successor to the Series X, which you and I just seems like we just got that.
Yeah.
What, last year? It's probably been 2 years, but it feels like last year. The Xbox expects the next gen Xbox will be more like a PC than any Xbox before it, and will support third-party storefronts such as Steam and the Epic Store and Good Old Games. Continued backward compatibility, full speed ahead with our next gen hardware focused on delivering the biggest technological leap in a generation. There is speculation about the future of the console. Now, the problem I have with it is what I initially stated. If the price point isn't cheap enough, if you're not pricing it for console gamers,
right, then you're not gonna sell it.
No, so it's like
it's gonna be hard to compete with already computer gamers already.
Right, and I can do all the things that the new Xbox is going to do from the PC that I'm sitting at right now.
Right.
So, you know, if you're just going to make an Xbox brand PC that does all the things that my current PC does, then why would I do it when I could just go and get? Because Xbox is already. You can so Forza is coming to PlayStation 5.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's coming to PlayStation 5. So that's an Xbox original. They're putting, because they bought all those damn game studios trying to make Xbox what is it? Xbox not live, but
exclusive games.
Yeah, the Game Pass. They were trying to make Game Pass they were trying to make the subscription model viable. So they bought all these game studios. So like Avowed released, if you had Game Pass, you could play Avowed for free because you're subscribed to Game Pass. Starfield was free. The problem is you're not making any money on that because the people that have it. I'm not going to sign up for it. There's nothing on there that I want to play. So they decided we're going to release our games for everything. Well, if the Xbox games are on everything, then I don't need to buy an Xbox.
Exactly.
The reason I bought a PS5 is because PS5 has games that only PlayStation has. Yes. Sure, they're putting them on Steam now, but these games are 5-6 years old in some cases. Well, I want to play Gears or Ghost of Tsushima day one on my PlayStation. So I don't know. This could kind of kill Xbox. They could just. I think they're trying to emulate Steam. You got a big leap ahead of you if you're going to try to compete with Steam, because on the PC front, like Epic tried to compete with Steam and they just got their ass handed to them because they.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead. Well, because Epic's big deal was we're going to give developers more of a cut of the revenue if they sign an exclusivity deal with Epic. But the thing was, it'd be like a 1 year. So like, let's just take the Assassin's Creed game. They go, if you release it on Epic and you do it for 1 year, then you can put it wherever you want. So you would see Assassin's Creed only on the Epic store, but Ubisoft would get more of a cut, like 40%. Right. Let's just make a number up. Where on Steam, they're only going to get 36%. So it was. Yeah, I understand that. But the Epic store sucks. I won't download it. Like I'm just like, I'll wait till it comes out on Steam. I don't need it day one. Right. And they've had to cut back on that because they're losing market share to Steam because Steam is just a hub where everybody goes. It's it's entrenched, as it were. You're trying to take down the the gatekeeper, and it's like it's going to take a lot of work because it's been here when nobody else was here. So I think Xbox was trying to get in on that with Game Pass because, like I said, they have Game Pass on PC. But I'm just like, my son got it, and he was playing some games on there, and he's just like, I don't know. There's just something great about holding a controller and sitting your fat ass on the couch and playing a game. That's one of the reasons I like a console, because my computer is great, and I do love my computer gaming, but there's just something about laying on the couch, popping in a JRPG, and just laying there for an evening, you know?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Sitting on the couch, stretching back.
Yep. Recliner, whatever it is. Yeah. But I don't know. This could kind of, it has a potential, I think, of really hurting Xbox, at least brand wise. Because they bought all these damn studios and they're not seeing a return on investment. So these studios are releasing a bad game that nobody wants. And then they're just kind of like, well, now we're going to have to lay off 50 people, 100 people. It's like, yeah. And then Xbox is just, they bought so many freaking studios. So we'll see how it shakes out, but I don't have a lot of faith.
They've already put whatever it is we're talking on right now on Xbox.
Forza or
no
Steam.
Yeah, they put Discord on.
Oh, Discord. Yeah.
You can Discord through Xbox now.
Yeah, you can do that on PlayStation too. I found that out when I was gaming with my friend Matt. We were doing whatever it was, Pillars of Eternity, Path of Exile 2. But like, okay, so like Xbox Series games, Halo, Elder Scrolls, Doom, Gears of War, all of those are going to be, available everywhere. I thought
they are making a new Gears of War, by the way.
The last one kind of people said the last one kind of wasn't very good. I don't know. I haven't played them since 3, I think. Those are fun games.
The actual gameplay itself is good. It's just, I mean, it's
don't overthink it. Just
just get it's Unreal. It's run by the Unreal Engine, and the Unreal engines are fun to play.
So they're releasing a remake of Elder Scrolls Oblivion in the Unreal Engine. That leaked last week. I know you're not a big RPG guy. That game looks really cool, but I'm like, kind of don't really care. I already played it, I don't. I think it'll do well though, because there hasn't been anything really good from Bethesda in quite a while. So I think that one will, because Elder Scrolls 6, I think, is coming out next year or the year after, I think. So I think people are kind of hungry for like a Skyrim kind of game. So that might actually sell well. I heard talk that they were making a new Fable game, but I don't know about that.
Oh, really? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah. So, and like I said, now you can get Forza Motorsports on PlayStation. And
Forza is a fun game.
Yeah. So PlayStation people are it's like, I think on my PlayStation store is in the top 10 games downloaded. So
Gears of War has got a new game, and it's called Gears of War E-Day.
Oh, Immersion Day. Yeah. I heard it. I did hear about that. I don't know.
See. I'm wondering, is it coming out? Is it going to be Xbox exclusive like usual?
I don't know. I'm curious.
5, the problem people didn't like about 5 is because the original guy had died. Dom had died. He died in 4. So, and it was his son.
While Microsoft is shifting towards multi-platform approach, some new games are still planned as Xbox exclusives, like titles like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and Avowed.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Indiana Jones, Fable, South of Midnight. So there's some, but like none of them that I care to really play. Like that Indiana Jones game, I would play it. It looks fun. There are also rumors and speculations that other Xbox exclusives coming to PS5, such as Halo and Forza. Forza's already announced on there. It's like it's wish listed or something. I don't know, but it was on my homepage. That's how I knew about it. I almost exclusively now only play my PlayStation 5 because they've got all my stupid little JRPGs that I like.
Yeah.
But Hellblade.
Well, I'm watching the trailer for Gears of War E-Day.
Mhm.
Oh, it's pretty.
Is it going to have Marcus Phoenix?
Don't know yet. Haven't seen him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Gears E-Day. Every exclusive game, every upcoming exclusive. Okay, let's
Yep, he's
take
in
a
it.
look.
I think so. I think that's him.
South of Midnight, that's a pass for me. I don't know about that one. Winter's Borrowed, Dead Static Drive, don't know. 33 Immortals, Outer Worlds 2, that's a maybe. I'd probably get that if it's like $15. I didn't really like the first one. I really used to love Fable, but it's been so long since that has had a new game that I don't know if I'd play it. Now, Gears of War is really cool. Arc 2 looks beautiful. It's the dinosaur survival game. Dude, that game looks so freaking pretty. Elder Scrolls 6 will put them back on the map. That game's going to sell buckets. I could see people buying Game Pass for that game alone. State of Decay 3, that might be worth it. Yeah, there's nothing on here other than Elder Scrolls for me.
Yes, it's going to be an Xbox exclusive.
That's not what I clicked.
Well, PC. It'll be on PC and PC with day one availability on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, hell yeah. Project. Why is it clicking that when I said Project Maverick?
No clue.
I don't either. Oh, because it's probably here. Then they've got what's Death Stranding 2 is coming out too. That's a weird game. That is a really weird freaking game. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for us. I just thought that was fun.
Yep.
And
we got a little bit of everything in there for y'all.
Yep. I got to shit on Ubisoft, which made me happy. Kaz got to talk about anime. Like we did it all tonight. You guys are welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us, and
we'll catch y'all next week, same time.
Yep, same time, same bat channel.